Hey Leo, welcome back to Distilled Tarot. My name's Shannon. I'll be guiding you through today's reading. This is our daily reading for July 16th. At the heart of your reading, we have the High Priestess in reverse and the Moon in reverse. You are really insisting on going through a situation blindly. With the Moon in reverse, it's like, I may not be able to see my way through. And then you add the High Priestess in reverse, and it's like, and also, I'm not going to pay attention to my intuition. The implication to me feels like you're more like muscling your way through it, or ignoring all of that. There's a stubbornness to, yeah, Five of Wands at the bottom of the deck, like powering your way, fighting your way through it. But it's like you're in the dark and there's like people fighting you and you're having to like fight them off. I know, not literally, but figuratively. I hope not literally. Show me what's the challenge here for Leo. Wheel of Fortune, Eight of Pentacles. Your current routine and whatever it is that you're working on a regular basis has a big potential of paying off, but you find yourself in this environment of unknowns without any sort of intuitive sense of what's coming next. You may feel a bit lost. The challenge may be remaining committed to your responsibilities on a daily basis, getting the work done in the face of so many unknowns. What are we focused on? Making something happen, the Magician. Okay, so you believe in yourself and your practical skills to make something happen. That was that sort of like powering your way through, muscling your way through the unknowns energy that I'm picking up on. This stubborn sense of, I know I can will this into existence. I know I'm empowering myself to get the job done or achieve my objective. Doesn't matter if I can't see what's going on around me. I don't need no stinking intuition. I can make it happen. In the recent past, we have the Lovers in reverse and the Three of Wands. You either left someone hanging, they were expecting you to show up for them in some way and you didn't. That might be in the context of a current relationship, or it might be someone that you ghosted or broke up with and sort of left them hanging. Or you were on the receiving end of that energy. Your higher self perspective is the Emperor in reverse. You're either fed up with men or masculinity in general, and this will be a major shift in your life away from patriarchal restrictions or applying the principles of patriarchy in your life, seeking to fit into that, versus like this would be seeking to fit into it and uphold patriarchy, and this would be the shift that I'm picking up on potentially, if this is how it's expressing for you, of creating something new to replace it, or deprioritizing those areas of your life, or decentering men in your life. If that's not the case for you, then I think we are highlighting someone in particular who has been a problematic male figure in your life, or masculine energy in your life, someone who's controlling and uses their authority for selfish means, maybe even toxic, abusive personalities. The benefit, if that's the case, would be identifying it and seeing it clearly for what it is, rather than perhaps idealizing it or making excuses for it, or desiring it despite the hurt and pain that it brings you. So once you see it clearly as it's not the epitome of masculinity, it's something, a shadow version of that, that would allow you to shift your attitudes and behaviors toward either a specific person or this sort of energy in general. With the Lovers in reverse in the recent past, and a lot of unknowns right now, the Emperor in reverse as the good thing that's going to come out of all this, you might have been breaking free from someone who's very domineering, very controlling. In the near future, we have the Ten of Cups in reverse, which is a shift in what you believe will truly make you happy. This is an important shift if you've found yourself in a pattern of toxic, controlling people. You may have been wondering, why do I keep choosing these partners? Or what is it about me that they seek me out? Why am I such an easy target, so to speak, or however you're thinking about it? And this shift in what brings you happiness and joy and fulfillment and what does not would be an important pivot away from whatever it was that was connecting you with those energies, and reorienting you towards something that will actually bring you joy and fulfillment. Show me surprise energy. What is going to impact the situation that Leo doesn't see coming? The breaking down of barriers or the crashing through of boundaries? The Seven of Wands in reverse can either be, it is a barrier or a boundary breaking down. That can be a positive thing if you've had your walls up and really been self-protective to the detriment of having human connection. Maybe you've really walled yourself off from the world, and that's going to be shifting. Someone's going to see a crack in your armor and they'll have good intentions toward you, and a little ray of sunshine will come through this wall of defenses that you've built up for yourself. Or this could be a more negative sort of an experience, as a surprising thing, with someone not respecting your boundaries whatsoever. You may set very clear boundaries and expectations about behavior, what you will and won't tolerate, and what the repercussions of disrespecting your boundaries would be. And I could see this playing out in a very problematic way, with someone just completely trampling your boundaries and leaving you with an important decision to make, with the Two of Swords there. I'd say one good thing about setting a clear boundary and then having it violated would be the certainty that you made yourself clear and they've done something wrong, if that makes sense. If you don't set a clear boundary and then they're just behaving in a problematic way, there could be this gray area where you allow yourself to believe that you played a part, or I didn't tell them that I wouldn't like it, so they were just being themselves and trying something. You did everything that you needed to do properly in this instance. You set the boundary, and then they crossed it, and that clarity can be a big benefit to one in their life. Benefit to a person in their life. Your hopes and fears, we have the 8 of Wands. You may really hope that, well, no, it's both. If this is communication, you're simultaneously saying to yourself, they better never contact me again. But then there's this huge part of you that's like, why haven't I heard from them? I miss their energy in my life. No matter how problematic, it's familiar. So you're hoping that they will really, really try, and it's like if you leave someone and then you don't hear anything from them, sometimes you'll feel like, oh, really? Nothing? Not even a sad attempt to try and win me back? Right? So part of you wants to never hear from them again, and part of you is like, I really hope that they send a bunch of messages to me, because you want to feel a certain way. Yeah, it's an irrational hope and fear with the King of Swords there in reverse at the bottom. Show me the end result. We have, all right, cutting a clean line where on one side is the truth and on one side is the lies, the falsehoods. I think that there's been a lot of equivocating, or what is that? I'm not sure if that's the right way to say it. Like muddying the waters when it comes to what is true. Trying to evade scrutiny by creating confusion. Because this energy comes through with such a sense of relief. Like, no, I know what's true, and I am acting on it. This sense of clarity is going to allow you to take action toward a meaningful objective. Whatever that is for you, you will feel empowered and clear-headed, like you know what you need to do, which is a very important shift from how I sensed this reading starting off. Not knowing what's going on around you, not being clear, feeling like you're struggling your way through and with no intuitive sense of what's coming next, but still muscling your way through it. This is clarity. And you feel like you've been missing that, not for long. Let's see, advice for Leo. Ooh. The Devil as advice. If you've been afraid to be seen as the bad guy, you want to do something, but you're afraid that you'll be made out to be a monster or the bad guy. And I don't advocate for anything like toxic or problematic, but if it's just not wanting to be seen as the bad guy, Spirit's saying, do what you need to do. Like, other people's impressions of you be damned. If you need to meet them where they're at in order for them to see that you mean business, perhaps that's the case. Another possibility of this energy is that the advice is for you to recognize toxicity or abuse for what it is. Call it by its name. Stop dressing up the devil in angel's clothing and making excuses for them. If you have someone like this in your life, who is casting a dark cloud over every sunny day so that you can never really feel free and optimistic and happy. We play a lot of, cognitive tricks on ourselves in order to justify our own choices and feel safe in unsafe environments. And in order to break free from those situations into something that is truly healthy, it takes a shift in like taking off the rose-tinted glasses and seeing the evil that's there. Once you see it and recognize it and admit to yourself that that's what you're facing, that could be the clarity that you need in order to act swiftly in your own interest. So Leo, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that helped. Have a good day, and I'll see you back tomorrow.